the visitors' sideline, it is Lions head coach Dan Campbell. His guys playing extremely well, 6-2 in their last 8. His counterpart on the Eagles sideline, Nick Sirianni. His team looking for a spark, hoping their fans will give it to them here at home as we are set to go. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So the Lions come out, and they are led again by Jared Goff. Already year 10 in the league, and half of those 10 with the Lions. Remember, took the Rams to a Super Bowl as well. What a year last year, Greg. Second in passing yards in the NFL. He's got room to run right at the start. Still going. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 77 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. Terrific way, Greg, to get this game started. Able to get the opening touchdown and do it with a long run.
Mike, anytime you can create explosive plays in the run game, you're definitely going to take it. And they're going to be able to build on those plays as the rest of this game moves along.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Lions will race out to a quick 7-0 edge.
Jack
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Jackson now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
First and 10.
So here come the Eagles, and they are led by the reigning Super Bowl MVP. What a season for Jalen Hurts. Took the Eagles to the mountaintop. Now his 6th season in the NFL.
Some games, the quarterback can just go out there and just take what the defense gives them. They don't have to necessarily create a lot of opportunities for their teammates to go out and perform, and they can still come away with the win. I think today, though, he's going to be asked to carry a little bit more of a load, make some more plays happen, be a little bit more assertive. If he does that, his team's just going to continue to get better and better, and it's going to be a tough matchup.
They get 25 on that connection. First down, Philadelphia. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He finds Jahan Dotson. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. So out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. We'll give you a look at the key inactives for tonight's ball game. Interesting to see how much of an impact their absence will have on this one. 3rd and short, Hurts will throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's going to have the first down, but we do have a flag on the field, and they are already walking backwards. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. To throw is Hurts. To the outside, catch made by Brown. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
A 44-yard attempt.
Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Lions offense and receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown set for this next possession. On play action, Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And he'll be hustled out just shy of the first down marker. That's a pickup at 9. He's going to set up 2nd and 1.
Out of bounds at the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 9.
They hand it to Gibbs. Oh, yeah. Jahmyr Gibbs. And he will go all the way. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. He's up to 9 now on the year. Taking care of business on the ground. They run it into the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Mike, some of the hardest elements to coach for a running back is vision and patience. And in this case, you saw both of them on display, and he's able to take the long run all the way to the house for 6.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions extend their advantage to 14-3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Snap. There's the tight end, Grant Calcaterra. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
Short pass. He's got Calcaterra. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
And an Eagles first
Man in
down.
motion is Smith.
1st and 10.
They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. He'll push forward for about a yard. It was Terrion Arnold there to make the play.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, Hurts. That's a short one, caught by Golladay. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3. Gain of 9 yards. That's good for an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10s. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal.
4-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
This one caught at the 4. And he's close to the goal line, but didn't get in. Good job to make sure he doesn't cross the plane. And now it's 3rd. And he will drive his way into the end zone. Jalen Hurts. Touchdown, Eagles.
Eagles.
A lot of bodies down there, but there's one with the football, the quarterback. It's all that matters. Breaks the plane for the touchdown.
And all that quarterback is looking for, Mike, is the smallest of creases before that snap. Once he identifies it, all that's left to do is put your head down, get behind the big boys up front, and drive the legs across the goal line.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. Now an opening past the 30. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this first quarter. And it might very well lean on him the next 3 quarters too. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's a nice start to the drive. Down.
Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They're going to run out of the gun with Gibbs. And he ran right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7.
The tackle made just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
A run up the middle, it's Gibbs.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
From the gun, it's Goff. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
It's a gain of 6. And the Lions
Off the play fake, here's Goff. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
Incomplete.
On 2nd down, Goff. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for a escape hatch, found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively.
Trying to avoid tacklers, and the ball is out.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
The Eagles offense headed back to take over once more. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. On play action, Hurts. Open man downfield is Brown. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's now 2nd and 6.
On the ground, this is Barkley. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. So we are through 1 here on Sunday Night Primetime. 14-10 is our score. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Eagles in possession to start the second quarter. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard as we are ready to get back underway. They'll try to run here with Barkley. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controls the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down.
A gain of 1.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. And he's going to have the Eagles' first down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive. That's to the end zone, but just too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
Intended for Dallas Goedert. Incomplete. Kirby Joseph on the coverage.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. No dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 3rd down.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Nick Sirianni thought about it, and he wants another look. He has thrown the challenge flag. They're looking both at the feet to see if 2 were down, but also whether or not he had full possession of the football when those feet were down. Jahan Dotson was the intended receiver there. And it's going to be 4th down. So the challenge is unsuccessful, and he's going to have to be careful here because he has just one challenge for the remainder of the game.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense and receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown set for this next possession. He's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, hasn't he? You get a look at where he ranks in terms of receptions by a wideout. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He's got his man complete. That's to Slaw.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for 1st and 10.
5-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Lions.
That's right side and into the hands of Taslam. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
A 2nd down throw for Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple. And now we've got 3rd down coming up.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Goff to throw. That's caught by Gibbs. And he's very close to a 1st down. Out of bounds right at the marker. Spot is just a little short. So it is 4th down. That's taken in, and he picks up the 1st down here. But hold on, will it stand? There's a flag on the field. Taylor Decker, the former Buckeye, guilty on that one. Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Barkley to start the drive. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short.
At the 33-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Hurts delivers it quick to Brown. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line.
Gain of 30. That's another Eagles first down.
A run with Barkley. And he's able to fight through one tackle here, pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
At the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
No gain on the
They need to get to the
It's third down
22,
and
but
6.
now face third down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They run out of the gun with Barkley. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Give them a dozen yards on that one and give them first and goal.
For an Eagles first down.
They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's first and goal. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Xavier Gibson. Touchdown, Philadelphia. That is first touchdown this year. Elliott on now for the PAT. His kick is good. And the Eagles will open up a 6-point lead.
Score Eagles 20. Lions.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
27-yard line.
On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. John Campbell, first-round pick out of Bama. There for the stop.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Once again, it's Gibbs. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
That's a short one caught by Laporta. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up fourth down. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down.
At their own 28.
Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big... Oh, Barkley has fumbled! And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball, more bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, You've got to be on it. These opportunities.
Nick Sirianni thought about it, and he wants another look. He has thrown the challenge flag. The knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that challenge, a successful one. A second down throw for Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And he's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple. And now we've got third down coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrion Arnold. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
And this is what comes when you decide to attack outside the numbers. You have to have a quarterback that's A, willing to make tough throws, and B, the arm strength to do it. He has the arm. I just think that one was a little too reckless, and they end up with a big interception.
The Lions offense ready to get back at it. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And he's got another one. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. 3 touchdowns for him now in this one. And he's up to 10 on the year.
So often these defenses come into the game, Mike, and when they build their pass defense plan, there's tight ends, there's receivers, there's so many weapons that these offenses around the league have at their disposal. It could be easy sometimes to not account for the running back out of the backfield, and that's exactly what happened here. Easy throw, get it into the hands of one of the most dynamic guys on the field, and let them do the rest after the catch, and he takes it in for a touchdown.
21, Eagles 20.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Jackson now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Hurts. This one is caught by Dotson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35.
A gain of 12 yards. And an Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. A throw on the move is caught. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's a gain of 20. That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
40. A 1st down throw for Hurts. And that's going to wind up incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Incomplete.
Hurts again. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. They'll try to set up the screen here. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
That's on the former All-Pro Lane Johnson. Throwing is Hurts. They'll look to set up the screen here.
Hurts pass. Complete to number 26.
Second and 10.
Saquon Barkley. A 10-yard pickup. Brings up second down.
Hurts to throw.
At the 25-yard.
That's a short one. Caught by Goddard. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line.
That's good for an Eagles.
To the air again. Hurts. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. To throw is Hurts. The open receiver is Dotson. Trying to keep this drive moving, but it's 3rd and 8.
Third down and 8.
A pistol snap back to Hurts. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. Officially a 29-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
What a methodical drive to close this half out. I mean, let's not forget, Mike, they get the ball after the break as well, so they get back-to-back. They call it doubling up possessions. Last one of the first half, first one of the second half. It's a great opportunity to put some distance between you and the opponent.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing here is Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Lots to...
Man in motion is Brown. Hurts to the air on first down. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
A loss of 6.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
On second down, Hurts. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
The coverage by Jack Campbell.
3rd and long for Hurts. He'll try to run for it. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
He's brought down at the 30.
Sometimes it's just a case of taking what the defense gives you. And here's one of those examples. There's nowhere for him to go with the ball. For a minute, it looked like he was going to be able to pick up this first down with his legs. The defense rallies, brings him down short of the first down marker, sets up 4th down.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Goff gives it to Gibbs.
Number 0, Jahmyr Gibbs, the ball carrier.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Whoa! And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
And the Lions first down.
Toss to the right. Here comes Gibbs. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring them down for a big loss.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can...
That's to the sideline and intercepted. What a time for a pick six for the defense. As the other team is trying to get themselves right back in this one, the defense extends the margin with the pick six.
Yeah, just a critical moment. You find yourself on defense, Mike, trying to hang on to this lead. And not only do you do that, you pick six them, and you're able to extend that lead.
Elliott now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles will make it a two-score game as they are now up 9.
Lions 21.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They trail here by a couple of scores. The margin is 9 as this drive starts with first down. Now Gibbs. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Detroit.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. Second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
First carry for David Montgomery. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Jalen Carter out of Georgia makes the tackle.
That's a gain of 3. Now third.
From the gun, on third down, it's gone. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down, but we do have a flag on the field, and they are already walking backwards. Whoa, things are getting tougher. It's now 3rd and 15. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
Here comes Jackson on the return. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those in trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Al-Quadin Muhammad getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive. Now Jalen Hurts on second down. Open man, Devontae Smith. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Here comes the Eagles punt team, as he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. Raymond going to return it, and it'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Lions offense ready to get back at it. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. On play action, Goff. That one out wide to Gibbs. And he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a handoff to Gibbs. Taking on defenders, plowing forward. A pickup of 5.
Watching him throughout this game has been incredible, Mike. I mean, I've loved watching him perform. The reality is it just hasn't impacted the outcome of the game. It's really been a wasted individual effort unless they can somehow find a way to flip this thing around.
This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
Well, what looked like an advantage for the offense, Mike, facing 2nd and short now, has turned into a win for the defense. Back-to-back stops for a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
They'll go for it. Here's Goff. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face 1st and goal. Good blocking, and he's in. David Montgomery. Touchdown, Lions. Touchdown, number 9 for the year. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Bates, good with the extra point. And the Lions will cut it to a 2-point lead.
Lions 28.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Eagles offense back onto the field for their next possession. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He'll get that out to Barkley. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
A loss of 2.
This is 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6.
A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's taken in. Calcaterra's got it. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
That's Goddard in motion. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Good play.
Landon Dickerson guilty on that one. To throw is Hurts. Now a screen set up for Barkley.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. A big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field, and that's in an area where usually this play gets erased. Man in motion is Brown. 2nd down throw for Hurts. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. The slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. That's taken in right side by Goddard. And he's going to be out of bounds. He is well shy of where he needed to get to. It'll bring up 4th down.
But it's 4th down.
And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the top conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield. It's another big pair. 32 yards.
10 at the 50-yard line.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And this won't go for much, maybe a couple, but he does show you that make-you-miss ability that he has. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7.
So they try to throw a little bit of a curveball. We see him throw it to this guy a lot. Now, in this case, they hand it to him, thinking they can catch the defense off guard and generate a big play. And let's give a lot of credit to the defense. They were ready for it, they were prepared for it, and they held it to a modest game.
So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. From the gun, it's Goff. That one on target to Williams. He's got it.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Lions 1st down.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
1st down.
Throwing, Goff. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 21 yards. That's another Detroit Lions 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Goff. On target to Laporta. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Eagles' 11-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Now, Goff. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. We'll try to keep the drive rolling, facing 3rd and 6. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. So a big one looming for Jake Bates. This to take the lead here in the 4th. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
at their
Jalen
own
Hurts
28-yard
and the
line.
Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play. And a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Barkley. And a missed tackle there. He pushes forward. It will give him 4 yards. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 5. Hurts. That's a short one. Caught by Goddard. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
To throw is Hurts. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down. Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. The Lions offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Here's Goff. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Goff. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Unfortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. They're trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Lions 1st down.
First down. A gain of 12. 1st down, Lions.
They hand it to Gibbs. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
That's quickly out to Williams. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Throwing here is Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown. Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the Lions punt team now as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. Whoa! And he'll get a few yards back here on the return before being forced out of bounds. The Eagles offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't, and now 3rd down comes up. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
Jameer Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Look wide, get this one complete, and he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
It almost seemed like the defender was getting the play call sent into his helmet, just like the quarterback, because he knew the play before they even snapped the ball, and that play had no shot.
On 2nd down, Goff. I had a defender draped all over him, incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Goff. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down. The Lions will punt this ball away, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to get back to work. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. He's able to tiptoe around one tackler, but not the second. He's taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Here's a 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. To the right side, caught by Goddard. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Here goes Hurts on the design run. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pick up of 14 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now Hurts going to call his own number. And he's all the way down to the 15-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 33 yards.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. The tight end motioning left here. Hurts going to hold on to this one. The ball comes out. And the Lions have come up with the football.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit. And that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So the Eagles will use their first time out here, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. To throw is Goff. He'll He'll get this to his tight end, Laporta. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding him to just a short game.
He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the air. It's Goff. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Now Goff. Going left side. Then it's taken in by Williams. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. 2nd and 11. Goff down to a knee. And that should be the final act in this one. So a win for the visitors, the Lions. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Philadelphia, good night.